Welcome back to Grimerica Outlawed. Coming at coming at you this week with another one of our own shows, a roundup style. Not calling it a roundup, but it's that sort of style. We both got a whole bunch of stuff we could sort of catch up on and get done. We had an interview fall through this week that would have come out tomorrow that had to be postponed. So we're gonna do this instead. Instead of postponing the show, we'll just do one of these shows. Everyone seems to like them, so we'll just do more of them. Give them what they like, I guess, right?
And there's so much going on. I mean, there's just so much, especially in Canada and BC. I mean, that's kind of what I mainly kind of have. I'm going to save all the esoteric stuff for Monday because I have a bunch of this Substack that I subscribe to that I want to go over with a bunch of like ancient mystery type stuff. And then I have some other esoteric stuff that I'll save for Monday because this is mainly like censorship, the EU type stuff, Canada's corruption, some stuff that's happening in BC. So that's kind of my main stuff that I have for today.
I don't have anything about Canada at this point. No Canada.
Have you been seeing anything that's going on in BC lately at all?
No, I pretty much just completely stopped following what's going on in greater Alberta.
I watched that documentary.
Oh yeah, no, I still
killing. So I forced myself to just sit down and watch it. I'm like, I should just watch this whole thing just so I know what it's all about.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It was well done. It was well made. I mean, it's pretty much review. I think there's nothing in there that we don't talk about already or that we don't know, but it just really puts it all together. It's almost like documenting what's been happening with the Truth and Reconciliation Day and the land claims and the graves. Really, it stemmed from Dallas Brody getting kicked out of the Conservative Party for talking for like. There's a few politicians. What
now? Rostow getting kicked out too.
I know, it's crazy what's happening in BC. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's good in a lot of ways, but this is gonna heat up because again, we're up against the beast or the mainstream sort of two-tiered system where they're arresting some people for just free speech, for like free protesting, and they're just ignoring the violence from the other side. So again, like we're just up against the system. The system wants it one way. And it's kind of like, I think my whole show tonight will be about like the system. It's the system either breaking down or the system pushing back and wanting it one way. I mean, Elon's getting sued by the EU. There's the BC. The BC had something happen today in the courts, which changes everything. It's crazy.
It all seems like a distraction from the inevitable collapse.
Yeah, I don't know how much of this is going to play a part in the collapse or how much of it is a distraction, because to me, this is, in a way, it's shaping up to like a civil war type thing. When you look at what's happening, when you look at how
the BC thing, you mean?
Yeah, and Canada and
because that would be it would be sort of a BC thing. It can't spill over any further.
Well, it can because it's
Well, I mean, once you get to the Alberta BC border, all of us Indians have signed papers that clearly say that we fucking cede the land. So we don't have those claims, that we can't get the same sort of thing going here that they're able to get going in BC, for better or for worse, whatever side of that you land on. That's not like a recourse that Indians and the rest of Canada really have because we signed on the dotted line.
Yeah, but there's other things that are happening that are pushing back against the system, like the Alberta sovereignty movement, and they're not going to allow that to happen. They're going to push back and call everybody racist. Like they're forcing conflicts here in a bunch of different places. I think they did just the way they even lie about
project is probably in trouble at this point.
What?
I didn't hear. It seems like the Prosperity Project is probably in trouble at this point.
I don't think so. The AGM was full of cheers, like 80%, like 80% of the people at the AGM wanted Alberta sovereignty. So this is from
What's
the
the
UC
AGM?
what?
What's the AGM?
The UCP, so the United Conservative Party AGM seemed to, you wouldn't hear this in the mainstream because they're saying the opposite, but it seems like, Danielle Smith's not going to support the sovereignty. She's going to support Canada, but there was a bunch of people cheering. Like it sounded like the majority of the people wanted action and wanted sovereignty. So I guess that's all I'm saying is it's again it's and it's just one side is going to be lied about constantly, and it just feels like we're in this cycle of
It's gonna
fighting.
be hard for them to keep it up though, because I mean, she just passed a bunch of legislation this week that is just gonna keep taking away from the. I mean, I'm a separatist, but it's just gonna keep whittling away at the base. You know, they can't keep up the momentum, not for 2 or 3 years to an election.
Yeah.
They might have lost too much momentum already, but now they're gonna get a pipeline and they're
No,
gonna
they're not.
oh yeah, the
I mean,
pipeline.
that's no way, dude. They're just
100% coming. I will bet you $1,000 that the pipeline has started within 2 years.
oh my god, let's make a bet on this one. This
The
is it's gonna
legislation
fizzle out before you know it. They have so many caveats in that. It's that was just a performative like collaboration between Carney and Smith. It was nothing. I mean,
well,
it's
there's already private players getting involved saying, "Look, if we can get something in writing." So I'm thinking the pipeline's gonna happen. We already passed legislation this week that protects me from shooting people in my house, protects my firearms rights, and now they're looking at legislation to cut immigration. I mean, they're just gonna she's got so much time and a majority to do whatever she wants that she's just gonna keep cutting the wings out of the prosperity project to the point where where they maybe don't have enough left to do it.
the problem is there's a bunch of wokies pushing back pretty hard against all that have the government of Alberta. They have the federal government and the media and everybody on their side. Like the beast is still fighting, like fighting against Daniel too, right? The beast is still there.
Yeah,
So that
probably. I mean, I'm not paying attention. I'm just looking at the headlines and being like,
you
okay,
should see
well,
the people like
there goes
freaking out
the
about
fucking
everything she
separatist
does.
movement. That's kind of where I'm at. There goes the separatist movement. She's kind of managed to
Big
and I mean,
win.
I'm not power to her, power to her. I can't complain too much because I'm living someplace that is pretty good right now. So I'm not going to complain about Danielle too much. It's good she can get that stuff done. She was never going to be a separatist because, that's just throwing the election. With the biggest concern right now is that the separatists and the rest of the UCP managed with enough division that the NDP end up with it again. That's probably the biggest threat to the province right now, I would say. But I can't see that happening. Like I say, she's got enough time until the next election that I think all the stuff that the APP is running on, she's going to be able to, and not even like quell to a good enough extent that I'd be happy with it, but still just, I'm an extremist. I could admit that at the end of the day, but for certain things, not all things, but she'll be able to quell it enough that that the chatter will sort of die down enough, I think, or they'll either that or they'll get enough people involved in the APP will get some sort of enough political power to shut the fuck up, like some sort of merger or something like that. Maybe they get brought into the party, kind of like, I mean, Danielle used to be from the semi-separatist Wild Rose Party that now came into the UCP.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might have. I think it might be past that point. There's too
Here,
many people there's too many people that just don't trust
no,
Danielle.
it's wait. As a dude living here, the separations fervor is way down. The only place I see it now is online. There is still a lot of Alberta flags. I would say that you see more Alberta flags and you don't really see provincial flags anyplace other than Alberta and Quebec. But like the general, like
Saskatchewan's got them too.
even the dude took down his fuck Carney flag, that's kind of been the staple for this has been my sort of like the guiding post for a while was this he had the fuck Trudeau flag, then the fuck Carney flag, and now he's just gone back to Alberta flag because they don't need to. They just like we never we don't need the world. They just need to placate the general public enough to be like, okay, we're chill. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think the pipeline's gonna happen. I think that they're, he's got to do one or the other because he's fighting with Trump again. He's got to do something because I'm a firm believer that if they don't let us build Alberta as us build a pipeline to the West Coast, that they're building a pipeline into Montana. Straight up. They're going to build a pipeline either into Montana or Wyoming, and they're just going to, it's going to turn into a huge incident, which I think Carney is now trying to avoid. I think it's like, because I think Trump be fucking all for that, Yeah, build fucking 2 more pipelines. But we'll see. That's my prediction. Is it a pipeline's getting built in one direction or another? If it's not going west, then it's going south.
No, they're done with.
And I can say that because this hunting season, the amount of new fucking pump jacks that are going in Alberta right now is fucking more than has been going on since I've moved here. It is fucking unbelievable. I've personally seen hundreds and hundreds, maybe broaching on 1,000 new pump jack sites, filling up oil bins, just, in the general hunting grounds, mostly. The amount of, so the drill baby drill is happening. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but they're definitely drilling for oil like fucking crazy. Like I've never seen in Alberta as long as I've lived here. I've never seen as much new infrastructure. Now, that being said, I haven't spent as much time out and about as I do now with the hunting and all that stuff, mostly in the city for a lot of years. But since I started hunting, you kind of notice for a long time that there was the cap on emission and that we were following it. There was really just nothing happening where at least where I was going. There's probably still stuff happening up north, but where I was fucking stagnant down in southern Alberta, and I'm covering giant swath of southern Alberta.
Well, what's the pump jack site for people that don't know? What are you talking about?
6 of those pump jacks that I think 1 pumps up oil and 6 pump down air so you can start getting oil out of the ground. And then they fill up the big black jugs, and you see those big black jugs when you go by them, you'll see they say how full they are. When they get full up, the truck will come fill them up, and I don't know what the fuck they do with them there, but they're building up new compressor stations, putting in. There's more work going on right now in the plains of Alberta for the energy sector than is definitely since at least 2019. Like since then, it was like nothing was happening until 2025, and now all of a sudden it's like every time I go out someplace, I'm like, holy fuck. They put up, and again, the pump jacks aren't bad because they go in and the animals are used to them, and within a few years, they'll start just going right back. They'll be right next to the fucking things. The windmills, they never come back. They never seem to come back. But they're putting in pump jacks like crazy right now. Like it's unbelievable how much oil field activity is going on in southern Alberta. I don't know what they're planning to do with it, if they're just going to put it on trains or, but they're pumping oil like fucking bonkers.
Did you hear about the Algoma layoffs?
Nah, no, but I mean, they were kind of inevitable. I mean, I'm just sort of ignoring it not ignoring it, but I'm not paying attention because it's sort of like the slow play out of the inevitability that was going to happen to the auto sector and the steel sector and those sectors that we were saying on the A-list, and I made predictions on the A-list that, I think a lot of the tariffs will eventually peel back, but the auto stuff and the stuff that the USA can readily produce on their own is is going away. And I mean, dude, I'm starting to look at it as like a two-part fucking maneuver because you can do this. You can take those sectors back to the USA. So now you start building. I mean, you literally just got to put that stuff on trucks and move it another 100 miles back southwest, and you're back in Detroit, and you're back in Michigan from London, Ontario, and the places these stuff's getting built right now. And then you bring it back down to the States, and then they're already talking about how they don't want to bring in any brown immigrants anymore. I mean, they're not saying brown immigrants, but they're talking about like no more immigrants from third world countries and this and that. So while they destroy, put a bunch of Canadian tradesmen out of work, and then introduce this new program for Canadian tradesmen to become American citizens. I mean, it's like fucking clockwork. And that's another prediction that I would like to say that I made like fucking 6 months ago, that Trump was going to start just offering general fucking blue collar Canadian citizenship to come down. And now we're there. So, I mean, it really does start to remind me of the fucking the Republic of Texas situation. When they were like, no, man, we're not joining the states. We'll never be the 51st state, or whatever it was at that point, right? Wouldn't have been 51, but it was some number. But Texas said no. And then a few years later was their economy and everything was so destroyed that they had no choice but to beg to join. It's starting to look literally like we could be begging to join in a few years. You know, it's probably like one by one. A few of us are probably begging already. I mean, I would not be surprised.
Did you send me that? What the fuck? Why do I need that passcode? Passcode for X? Come on.
Oh, to get into your messages?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's so retarded.
Fuck, I don't even know what that's gonna be.
You don't know your passcode?
No, I feel like I picked the right one. That was because you sent me something on. I'm just gonna pull it up here from Clyde. Do something because he's moving to the States, and he was like, "New EB2 NIW visa will be available for Canadian trades workers to move to the USA." So you're like, called it workers, welders, iron workers, heavy equipment operators, electricians, and HVAC, concrete workers, supervisors and project managers, contractors, and business owners. Permanent U.S. green card, work anywhere in the U.S., eligible for U.S. citizen after 5 years. Basic requirements: you qualify if you have either a degree plus 5 years experience or 10 years plus years of trade experience with certifications, high income or leadership role. Interesting, eh? I mean, yeah, you might be right. But I mean, I don't know how we're going to go through. We're going to go through a lot of pain and suffering before we get there, because there's a lot of denial and there's a lot of fucking hate. Like the hate to the
we're already there. Like we're
way past.
Really already there. I picked up a bunch of meat today just because it was like I want to just add to my venison and duck, and I just wanted to go get a meat package from the Hutterites. You know, just have some beef in the freezer, and then more so pork to make my sausages and all that with, and then a bunch of chickens. So we don't have to run out and get it.
We're exhibiting their TDS, were they?
No, it's just it's fucking crazy how expensive it is.
Oh yeah.
Like a pack of chicken thighs that used to be like $8 is now like 25.
It's fast double.
A 2-pack of steaks is $78.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
It's fucking bonkers.
Yeah. And they're all blaming Trump still. I mean, this is the crazy thing, right? Inflation was through the roof before Trump. But here, let's just, I want to talk about this here. This is from John Lee Pettimore.
Well, once they stop blaming Trump, then they're going to burn this fucking place down. So I guess it'll just be like Trump or something else until like,
maybe it's best. Maybe it's better that they're blaming Trump. Okay, maybe I got to look at it that way, because we don't want a revolution. I mean,
I'm sure that Alberta is one of the provinces that I would expect is like suckholing for statehood. If it's like, hey man, if these guys keep fucking with us, can we?
Yeah.
Because as their lone country, we're kind of fucked too, you know, just as fucked. Then we're just like shooting oil up into the air.
It was a couple of good videos about this Algoma Steel, because it sounds like the Algoma, they're quite what would I say, woke, or they're participating in this whole net zero bullshit thing, I think, with their main website and all. But this is what he says, that this part isn't getting talked about a lot, really. But let's talk about Algoma Steel's 1,000 person layoff. The Sault Ste. Marie mill is undergoing a multi-year transition from traditional blast furnace and coke making operations to an electric arc furnace. Some layoffs were anticipated as part of the shift, with blast furnace and coke operations scheduled to shut down as the EAF comes online. Most of the electricity, get this, will come from Brookfield's Renewables Prince Wind Repowering Project, which supports Algoma Steel electrification, including power for the new EAF. The existing 126 wind turbines will be retrofitted or replaced with modern ones. I mean, here's your green. As if that's going to be efficient. Brookfield has also operated hydro plants between Sault Ste. Marie and Wawa for decades. Mark Carney, Brookfield's chair, endorsed government loans for Algoma's EEF. Get this, the EEF transition in 2025. In November, the company announced it had secured $500 million in government financing, including $400 million in federal loans and $100 million from Ontario. So who is the winner here? Sounds like Carney and Brookfield, not the Canadian people. All for what? The green energy scam. So yeah, they set up this new electrical thing. They lay off a whole bunch of people, and they get a big loan from the government. It's unbelievable.
And Brookfield's an American company now, right?
Yeah.
They moved to the States last year.
Yeah. Let's just hear what
this fucking douchebag grew a mustache. Come on.
Yeah, did he? Let's see what he has to say here. This is about Carney and Brookfield.
Madam Speaker, the Prime Minister has vast conflicts.
Oh, he's got a whole little beard going on.
That's why the Ethics Commissioner specifically told him not to meet with Brookfield. Despite this, the Prime Minister secretly met with the Chief Operating Officer of Brookfield in October.
I mean, you got to admit, it is at least it's getting some attention in the House of Commons. Michael Cooper's he's a bulldog. I mean, he is pretty awesome as far as politicians go.
So a simple question: why did the Prime Minister violate
the bred bulldog, baby?
Direction of the Ethics Commissioner?
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Madam Speaker, the members resort.
Are you ready for
he's got a little juice slick in the side like you kind of get sometimes.
Yeah.
To personal attacks and dealing in conspiracy theories speaks.
Oh, it's just so infuriating, right? This is what you get from the Liberal side. Here's your answers. Oh, it's all conspiracy.
To a larger issue. A member from the province of Alberta today unable to celebrate the agreement that we have achieved, that his own premier is celebrating in public about the opportunity to protect the environment and create good jobs. If he won't stand up for Alberta, I, as somebody from the East Coast who spent 5 years there, absolutely will. The GDP numbers that we've seen come in the past quarter, seeing it go up 2.6%, means good jobs for people and food on the tables for families. We're here to create jobs. It's a shame the Conservatives are opposed.
The Honourable Member for St. Albert, Turton River.
Conspiracy theory, the Ethics Commissioner told the Prime Minister not to meet with Brookfield, and then he did so. Now, this is a Prime Minister that was the chair of Brookfield and who stands to make tens of millions of dollars from in future bonus pay and from stock options. And not only did the Prime Minister clearly violate the direction of the Ethics Commissioner, he attempted to cover it up by not disclosing the meeting. Is this the Prime Minister's idea of ethics?
Here. The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Madam Speaker, I think my colleague has left his tinfoil hat in the men's room before he attended question period here today. He's here talking about things that do not matter to the people at home as much as things like doctors, jobs, lower taxes. Frankly, Madam Speaker, it is a shame that members of this House of Commons are simply not focused on the priorities of Canadians. The GDP has increased 2.6% in the past quarter. The last jobs report showed 67,000 new jobs. Every month since the Prime Minister has held that office, wages have increased faster than inflation. Madam Speaker, we're going to stand up to build an economy that can stand on its own 2 feet, advance major projects, create jobs for people at home. I wish they'd support it.
I think he goes on to excoriate him further about how that does affect.
Isn't the bottom falling out of the housing market right now? That'll get the old people's attention.
Yeah, it might. It might. That might be the one thing that
Wait,
shifts
what?
enough boomers over.
What do you mean all my fucking retirement plans are fucking anyway? Well, do you want to do Paradise City? What? I don't think it's Canada, unless you want to keep doing Canada stuff.
Well, I should probably do mine in the first half at least. So, yeah, you can. Why don't we do Paradise City and then we'll switch back over to Canada.
Well, we might as well finish the Canada first.
Canada first.
Give
I
it a-
wish we were Canada first.
It's too late. That's too late for Canada to be first.
Well, you
It
know
ain't.
what I wanted to. I was. You know what I've been thinking about because I see people in the House of Commons getting. Do you remember this list you made me here? This
Oh, boy.
100. Oh, I thought it was 137 pages. It's 173 pages. This is the Global Affairs Canada. Like, look at all some of this stuff, right? $30 million for addressing environmental degradation in Cox's Bazar district, the
We should
UNDP.
publish that as a book.
And I thought, you know what I thought? Yeah, we should. Oh my God, that's a great idea. We should. But just as a little, publish it as a PDF. So, because I was thinking if we read a page of this every week, it would take us like 5 years to get through it. And this is just billions and billions of
It seemed
dollars,
like 15 years.
billions and billions of dollars going out of Canada to the WHO, to UN Women,
that one?
Plan
That's-
International, the Asia Foundation, the Westminster Foundation for Democracy. It's just disgusting. What?
What was that one up there? I mean, where are they getting this money? Taxpayers. What's
That's what
that
I'm
one?
saying. Like
With the adolescent girls.
health and
education,
rights in Tanzania,
33 million.
15 million.
Is that in Tanzania?
Yeah.
And the one underneath it is in Canada.
I don't know. Adolescents Girls Education and Crisis Initiative program from 2020 to 2022, almost 16 million. World University Service of Canada, UWSC. So, I mean, who knows, right?
Who knows?
It goes on and on and on. African fertilizer financing mechanism. How about they finance their own stuff?
What do they need fertilizer for? Isn't it the Fertile Crescent?
General capital increase number 6 for 148 million to the African Development Bank.
Ooh.
Like, if they can just print all this money, then just stop taxing us. Print
Yeah,
all the money you
dude,
want and stop taxing us.
Dude. We should move to Africa, get a job at the bank, and like slowly work our way up and be the guy at the bank that just gets to like skim 3-4 million off the top of that before they send it off to their fucking whoever takes it. I mean, you'd never convince me that money is going to the fucking
To the end,
to poor Africans. You know,
173 pages of that.
I would just take it. If someone sent that to me, I'd be like, this is my fucking money now. What are you going to do about it?
We should publish that as a book. I think that's a great idea.
What would we call it?
Global Affairs, Global Con Affairs or something, or
The truth about global affairs Canada. It's just no, like, just a little intro and then just 180 pages of fucking wasted money. You fucking decide.
just
There you
download it directly from the Canadian
You
website.
fucking decide what is okay here.
Yeah, you decide.
All right.
It should
Well,
be affairs as in like affairs, you know, like an affair. Well, no. Wait. I'm still on
what are
my.
you saying,
That was just like an entremont here. So
an accoutrement?
entremont. So this is what
Wait. What's an entremont?
I think it's what you think an accoutrement is.
Oh, what's an accoutrement?
Maybe that's the ending and the entremont is the beginning. Like
I
entree is.
think an accoutrement is that thing they bring it in between
Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
thing to cleanse your palate.
Right, yeah.
So wait, what's an entremont then?
I think it's a beginning, like an appetizer.
Oh,
I think. So anyways, this is what's scaring me right now. Okay, that whole
I don't want you to be scared.
that whole movie came out, the documentary made by One BC, the new political party that's been from the people that got kicked out of the Conservatives, right? And it's from One BC Caucus, and Dallas Brody narrated the movie, and it's about this whole like the grave error, the residential school in Kamloops, and the lack of evidence for the graves, and the reconciliation day. Like, it's going through the facts, and it's really highlighting that there's been all this media hoopla and all this stuff based on misinformation, and they're obviously getting quite a bit of
Also
pushback.
going through the facts of like Indians not owning any land anywhere.
No, that's what bugs me about it. Is I wish they would have talked a lot of, and it wasn't racist by any means or anything like that. But of course, they're going to get called racist. But no, they didn't talk about that. That's what bugs me about it, is they didn't talk about the problems. Actually, they
Makes me think it's a fucking giant distraction.
yeah, it's not a distraction, I don't think. But anyways, this is what's happening though. So this is extended assault footage. So this is police were right here when this thug assaulted a volunteer for One BC, right? Witnesses, multiple witnesses, yet they arrested Francis Whittleson. So this is like
2.5 years to be doing that.
so these guys getting a little tussle. That guy gets into his face there and wipes the camera. This is the guy here. So meanwhile, this is what's happening when Frances shows up. She's one of the old teachers. I think she's what is she? She's a teacher or something, but she's the one that was talking about the grave error book, right? Like she's been getting canceled left, right, and center just for standing up to the truth here.
Into the downtown of the property. Okay.
So she's super calm and cool, just saying, okay. Like,
remember, I also predicted that the second piece of history so true as to be made illegal by the Canadian government is going to be the residential school genocide program.
The what program?
Residential schools being a genocide program.
Yeah. That is already trying. That was what the documentary was talking about too. They're trying to make that illegal, right? That, yeah.
Some dude just got a year in jail for denying the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Obey your orders as a member of the police department?
I can't hear this clip. I can't.
Well, she's just saying, so I'm just obeying the orders from the Sandwich Police Department. Like, you're going to basically arrest me or taking me off of campus. So I'll just skip through it. And basically, they just walk her out. She's got denial or truth. She's just holding a billboard sign, asking questions, right, about the Kamloops graves and stuff. And they're arresting her. So this is from Dre Humphrey. She just says, arrested, University of Victoria's a radical echo chamber. Dr. Whittleson was arrested. One BC party leader, Dallas Brody, was escorted off the property, and Rebel News was harassed until our security and police stepped in. So this is what happens. And then this is from Billboard Chris here. Never send your kids to the University of Victoria. This is how it's getting, right? This is the acting president and vice chancellor. Just some highlighted here of some woke wordery, some wordsmithing, help to create the conditions in which academic freedom, civil and informed debate, and open inquiry can thrive. Commitment to truth, critical inquiry, and knowledge dissemination. This hurtful and divisive rhetoric should not be confused for academic inquiry and debate. So again, it's all these weasel words about being hurt, feelings hurt and stuff. They're talking about the recent events on the campus. We must support one another and affirm the inclusive, respectful culture that we can only build together. So this is what we're dealing with. So this is kind of what I mean by the beast and how we're fighting against this. And then here's this is the other side of it, where Carney's at this Indigenous chief. He's in this meeting. Have you seen this?
I did see this. I didn't hear it, but I see it.
He leaves early, and there's people. This pissed off chief is yelling at him because he leaves the AFN early.
I believe this shows the importance to our prime minister.
He still gets a gift bag.
And Carney's taking a gift bag there or whatever, and people are yelling at him because he's leaving early.
Chief Jacko.
Oh, a nice little piece.
Shows his little gift there.
And again, I think this highlights the need maybe for a longer presence next time.
The guys, the MC there, whoever's at the mic, is calling him out for a longer presence. I guess he didn't stick around very long.
Chief Jacko, please. Chief Jacko, please. We understand.
Come on, Jacko. You know Jacko's causing trouble all the time. Like, Jacko's got a real fucking reputation. They're like, come on, Jacko.
But they also somebody asked Carney a question in that meeting, and I don't have a clip of it, but he acted like he wasn't even supposed to answer it. Like it was like it went right over. He didn't even hear the question or didn't even see it. It's very odd clip. So then I thought I'd just share some more Canadian tomfoolery here. What do you think? Who do you think disproportionately gets harmed, Darren, from AIDS?
Gay blacks.
This World AIDS Day, rising rates of sexually transmitted and bloodborne infections and HIV and AIDS are not just a public health emergency, but also a reflection of the failures of our existing health and social supports to adequately reach out and meet the needs of those who have been disproportionately marginalized for reasons including systemic colonialism, racism, misogyny.
Systemic.
Wait, how do you get fucking? Are the colonists fucking you in the ass?
Systemically getting butt fucked
by the system. That's you got butt fucked by the system for so long. You got AIDS,
including systemic colonialism, racism, misogyny, heterosexism, ableism, and class biases.
Wait,
heterosexism.
Wait, why they're blaming straight people now for the butt fucking?
And prison walls.
This is too much. What about prison now?
These already glaring and unconscionable inequalities are starkly magnified by harsh, punitive settings. The theme of this year's World AIDS Day is overcoming disruption, transforming the AIDS response, as we call for sustained political leadership, international cooperation, and human rights-centered approaches to meet the UN Sustainable Development Goal of ending AIDS by 2030. Miigwech, merci, thank you.
Miigwech. 2030, man. The good luck, unless they're just gonna shoot them all.
And this is just that.
I mean, Magic Johnson's still kicking it. Does it even matter anymore?
I don't know. I can't.
The guy looks good. The guy looks great. Be lucky to look as good as he does at his age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have AIDS. So
if anybody's interested in following along with the whole land dispute in BC, this guy here, Citizens Congress, is amazing. He's got all kinds of information about it. So this just happened today. So it's December 5th, 2025, BC's constitutional earthquake. The Gitxaala decision, UNDRIP, and the collapse of competent jurisdiction. So he's been writing about all this, but this just happened today. It's basically a jurisdictional reset. In a single moment, the court reframed every statute in BC, every regulatory regime, every administrative decision, and every governmental power through a new and legally binding interpretive lens. All BC law must conform to the minimum standards of UNDRIP. So Dallas Brody and the One BC were trying to put, and maybe that's why this is happening so fast, because they were trying to put a bill in place to get rid of Truth and Reconciliation Day, have a holiday for the Freedom Convoy, and get rid of UNDRIP, like basically make it illegal to follow UNDRIP, to go back to like the proper property rights. And the courts may adjudicate inconsistencies. So what the courts actually said in plain language. So DRIPA incorporates UNDRIP into the positive law of British Columbia. Now, DRIPA is the rights of Indigenous peoples, I think, or the United Nations Declaration on Rights and Indigenous Peoples, I think, is what UNDRIP is for. This incorporation has immediate legal effect. Section 3 of DRIPA imposes a statutory duty on the province to consult and cooperate with Indigenous peoples to resolve inconsistencies between BC law and UNDRIP. Whether a BC statute is inconsistent with UNDRIP is justiciable, meaning courts can decide it, and the Mineral Tenor Act's free entry system is inconsistent with UNDRIP. So there's I wonder if it has it here, what UNDRIP is actually, it basically says you have the rights to your land, you have sovereignty, and you have access to all the resource wealth from it.
Bunch of tax implications, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So for years, governments claimed UNDRIP was aspirational and non-binding. That argument is now dead. The court explicitly rejected the BC Supreme Court narrow view and held, properly interpreted, the Declaration Act incorporates UNDRIP into the positive law of British Columbia with immediate legal effect. So now it's saying that there's cascading consequences. No, now this might be over the top.
You know what I wonder? I wonder what Curtis Stone thinks about this. Because do you remember when we interviewed him? I think it was on our other podcast, and I challenged him a little bit on the BC land. Because my position was that's a fucking sketchy having your land where there's no treaties, and he thought it would add extra protection. I wonder if he still feels that way now.
Yeah. No law in BC is stable anymore. Provincial jurisdiction is no longer exclusive. Municipalities are on even shakier ground. Crown land management, the backbone of BC's resource economy, is now subject to continuous judicial review. That's why this is one of the many reasons why I don't think that pipeline will ever happen to the West Coast.
Well, here's why I think it will. Because now they just got to find a couple Indians along the way to fucking agree with them or get through that. And the BC government, I think, has no fucking jurisdiction on any of it anymore.
But you're fighting
basically, you find a couple tribes in there and be like, hey man, do you guys want to make fucking $500 million? What? You $500 million? You want to make $500 million? What about you guys? You guys want to make $500 million? What about your buddy's sister on the coast? Does she want to make $500 million for the tribe? And then now the BC government has got no fucking grounds to stand on. Literally, they've said in court that it's all Indian land.
Yeah,
so,
but you're fighting against the beast, though. The beast doesn't want this. The whole net zero, the EU,
like
what?
Like it does.
No, it doesn't
like
want.
Beast does.
Why? Because he fucking came over and signed a little piece of paper with her.
No, the beast is moving companies to America and doing all this kind of shit in the background. I mean, the beast can pretend he's not a giant fucking elitist power player, but at the end of the day, he is. And the giant elitist power players want fucking pipelines. The pipeline ain't for me and it ain't for you. That's all sort of fucking make believe. I mean, we've been made to believe, especially in Alberta, that, you know, the pipelines are for the people, but they're not, man. They're to make sure that these fucking dudes can keep running their billion-dollar fucking corporations and keep all that stuff on the fucking go. And we just get our little, you know, we get fucking 5 years of welding jobs or these jobs and that jobs. There's a little fucking pittance to it.
They could do it on the train. They could use
at the end of the day. Do you think the fucking not for long? Once those trains start getting fucking blockaded and shit again, I mean, this is a perfect fucking time. If I'm like a pipeline guy, it's a perfect time to just go do a couple false flag. I mean, you probably don't even have to do false flag. Just get the Indians riled up and they'll probably do it. Fucking get them boozed up and riled up and away we go. Come on, buddy, let's go down. But, you know, do some false flag train things. And it's like, man, it's too dangerous to do. I think a train just derailed here, actually.
It was near where you and I go for hunting, near where we hunt. It was right where you go.
Yeah. So the pipeline, I don't, because I think that, I mean, in a lot of ways we've been psyoped to believe that the pipeline is for us, but it
is for your economy. I mean, it really is.
It helps our economy, but I mean, it's not like we're ever going to get the Qatar treatment or the fucking, you know, where it's like, we don't have to pay taxes anymore, or, you know, you get a check from the government. That's never going to fucking happen. And we'll just happen to get a little bit of geographical, some pat on the back. Well, they just, you know, take all that oil and get it to Asia. It seems like, I guess that's like the big thing is like, is the oil going to go to Asia or to the US? But I maintain that they're drilling more oil to prepare for it to go someplace. And
it should go back east. I mean, that crazy part is I just saw a graph where Quebec and Eastern Canada, not Ontario, is like 60% or 70% of their oil comes from abroad. So, that's where it should be going. It should go down south to get refined and then to the east, which some of it does. Ontario gets most of its oil from the
Refined
west.
here.
What?
Should just get refined here. I
Well,
mean,
it
I
should.
think
Yeah, yeah. But
Ontario is refining it. I think Ontario's just getting crude. The pipeline just has to go into the States first.
right. Well, I mean, it should all be done up here, but that's just never going to happen. I mean, that takes how much time to fucking make new refineries and stuff. I mean, just getting any kind of major infrastructure building going here is impossible.
And then now you got 650 fucking Indian tribes to deal with along the way too.
They can't even rebuild Jasper yet. They can't even rebuild a town. You want them to build like massive infrastructure. Like
Doesn't even look like they're rebuilding it. It looks like they're just shipping the fucking houses in. Just a bunch of pre-manufactured crap. I wonder who's making those. Probably fucking Brookfield. I mean, they're just selling the place off before it's out the fucking window. Should I go now?
Yeah, let's do Paradise City.
Paradise City. Come on down to Paradise City.
Grass is green and the girls are pretty.
I don't know if the girls are pretty.
What is
Because-
this?
Arizona just approved the largest new town in U.S. history, and nobody even knows about it. It's called Belmont, 24,000 acres of empty desert just west of Phoenix. And they're planning to build a city of over 300,000 people, all from scratch. Let me put that in perspective for you. 300,000 people, that's bigger than Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, bigger than Orlando, the top 70 U.S. city being built in the middle of nowhere. Bill
I
Gates
love
bought
it.
land in 2017 for over $80 million. Everyone thought he was crazy, but now it could be worth billions. The plan is truly insane. 80,000 homes, 3,800 acres of commercial and retail space, 470 acres of schools, and a high-speed data network integrated throughout the city. It's supposed to be a smart city with cutting-edge technology built through everything. Construction is already starting, and the first homes could actually be ready by 2028. By 2040, this could be one of the biggest cities in Arizona. But here's the problem that everyone's asking. Where is the water coming from? We're in the middle of a Colorado River crisis, and Arizona just approved a city the size of Pittsburgh. The developers say they have water rights, they say it's sustainable, and critics say it's insanity. Either way, it's happening now. In 20 years, your kids might be moving to Belmont like it's been there forever. Would you want to live in a brand new city built from scratch? Let me know what you think below.
I love it, to be honest. I think it's great that, because I was thinking, we have all this land in Canada. Somebody sent a meme, like a pic of Canada, and like all this is uninhabited, and everybody's like, "Oh,
You
it's
caught
gonna be
whose land it was, though, right?
what?"
You caught whose land it was, right?
No, I didn't.
Bill Gates.
Is it Bill Gates? Bought it for 80 million, and he's making a smart city in the desert. Good for him. I hope he just leaves enough of a yard for everybody. I think that's what I was getting at, is why can't they build these big communities out in the wilderness, or like not just expand up in all these cities, like give some people some land, sell some people some real land, get a yard, get a house.
Well, speaking of housing rights,
But it would be fun to build a city from scratch. Would design it all properly, and
no, they'll fuck it up. Actually,
What do
that
you mean?
they might not, because I gotta say, one of the beauties about Calgary being such a young city is it's really easy to get around.
yeah, the problem is it's all these strip malls and shit. Like I want like an old fashioned downtown Main Street type thing where you go shopping and everything's there. You walk around. You're not like driving into all these malls
Are you just carrying your stuff around in the winter? It's cold out.
and well,
You need a parking lot.
yeah, in the back. Parking lot's in the back. You can go into any store you want.
Move to Europe, commie. That's what I say to you.
To get that neighborhood feeling.
So this is about in Britain, where homeowners are receiving compulsory purchase orders so their homes can be redistributed to migrants.
So this letter was from the council, and you got this on the 12th of January. You moved in November, didn't you?
Yeah,
And you got this letter, and just spell out what this letter says.
that letter says that because the property is derelict, that they can compulsory purchase it. If there's any repairs to be done in it, they could take it off the price of the property.
Yeah.
And these properties are for migrants. That's
It's
what they want these
absolutely
houses for.
extraordinary, isn't it? And how did you feel when you got a letter? You've moved into your new wonderful home. You settle down, law-abiding citizens, and you get a compulsory purchase order from the council accusing you of occupying a derelict home. How did you feel when you got this?
After paying 200,000 for it, we didn't feel very well.
No, it must have been one hell of a shock, mustn't it?
It was an awful shock. And when I got that, I felt sick. And when I went down, we went down to the council the day we got that letter after we read it. And the lady in there, she said, don't worry about it. It's just a standard letter.
We have been so hollowed out as a nation. We've turned our backs entirely on the territorial integrity of this country to the point where it's become standard to repossess houses.
But why is this always that it's for the immigrant and not the indigenous population?
Well, veterans are sleeping rough.
Yeah.
16,000 veterans.
Terrible weather.
Absolutely.
It's like the only country in the world where the indigenous get no rights.
Well, I mean, it's happening in more than the UK. I mean, dude, it's happening in Europe and America and Canada. I mean, it's a two-tiered system everywhere. It's just accelerated in
Well, in
the
Canada, the Indians are doing all right now, you know.
The
But
Indians.
the indigenous.
Yeah, but I'm talking about well, I mean, I guess the whites aren't native then is what you're saying?
Well, they are to England, so and they're getting. They should get the dead. If we're gonna do that, you know, and I'm not saying we should do that, but if we're gonna do that, then you know, England's white. We should throw them a bone.
Well, one of the big memes is like, where do we go? We don't have anywhere to go home to. Everybody else has somewhere to go home to, right? They don't have anywhere to go home to.
They can't get put in hotels.
If it gets bad, where do they go?
There is a daylight.
I can tell you where, girl. Trump's America.
Charity, Daylight Centre charity in Wellingborough, which looks after homeless people who are sleeping rough. And they spend £630 per annum per head. Illegal migrants get paid £50,000. They get spent on them £50,000 per annum per head. And here we have the evidence of it in this letter. They wanted your lovely new home. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw the stats about where all the millionaires are going from the UK, and I think about 40% of them went to the States, and I think most of them went to, I think either the UAE or Dubai or where else was it? There was one other place, Spain and Southern Europe as well, but the States was a big one.
Well, we should probably get the second half of the show, but
Yeah.
I'll play one more clip here that fits this one. This is the Ruby Ridge guy.
When you have a government that enforces non-law passed by your Congress, you're run by a king, and it usually ends up very tyrannical. This lady here was my wife for almost 20 years. The best mother I knew, the best wife I knew. When they shot my wife through the head, Elizabeth was right here. When I picked her up from underneath my wife's body, she had jawbone, glass from the window pane, and blood all over. I thought she was wounded or dying too. My son Sam, this picture, he was 11 years old. He died 3 years later. U.S. Marshal shot his dog, a yellow Labrador, when the dog was running home. They autopsied the dog. His story was the dog was attacking him. Well, apparently in North Idaho, yellow Labradors, they attacked running backwards because he was shot right up the rear end to come out his spine here and went through his right ear. Sam said, you shot Stryker, you SOB. I'll give you the exact words. Well, I'm going to abbreviate it. And he fired 2 rounds in this undercover camouflage U.S. Marshal's direction that he just saw shoot his dog, and he turned to run for home. Another Marshal who's from Boston, Mass, not too far from here, he shot this little fella in the right arm, about blew his arm off the elbow. But Kevin heard it when they hit Sam in the back. It was like, he said, it sounded like when somebody punched in the back real hard, takes the wind out of you. Well, later on, it had blown his heart right out. When I picked him up off the ground dead, chunks of meat was falling out of his mouth. His little eyeballs was halfway open and rolled back. And the whites, you don't forget that stuff.
There you have it. That's Randy Weaver, right? Is it Randy? Anyway, yeah, the Ruby Ridge. Ruby Ridge. That's a tough one. That's what the government will do to you. That'll happen to you if you build your tower too tall.
That's why I won't build it too tall.
You get Waycode. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the free portion of the show. If you want to get jiggy with it and get those extensions, the second half, go to GrimAmericaOutlaw.ca. Sign up today. And it'd be pretty cool. We'd be happy. You'd be happy. Everyone would be happy. And we'd be able to keep doing the show because we'd be able to, keep making a living at it. Anyway, I will shut this thing down, the streams down. If you want to start clearing up. I mean, I have so many stuff I didn't get to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tabs I didn't get to save for Monday. So plenty of stuff for that.
All right, let's go to Europe. Let's go to Europe.
Europe. It sounds like you want to live in Europe with little closed-in streets where you just walk.
No, man. I just think it's a neighborhood feel, man. When I lived in Vancouver, it was a neighborhood feel. Now in these new neighborhoods, they just don't have them. They have these like lots.
Yeah, if your neighborhood is in fucking South Asia, that's what fucking Vancouver seems like. Oh, maybe East Asia. I don't know which Asia.
No, they have like walkable. I guess it's